Hello everyone and welcome to this new Saturday video. Well, it was supposed to be posted on Saturday, but unfortunately I didn't have time to post it yesterday, so here we are. And let's have a look first at the match that was played on Friday evening. Then we'll have a look at the academy, of course, as usual on supposed to be Saturday. So let's have a look at this match against AS Aciriale 1946. They used to sit a tiny bit higher in the league, I believe. Despite that, and thanks to our great players, we were able to achieve a 3-1 final score for us, of course. So we won. I would not say unexpectedly, but I'm pretty sure it was not an easy game at all, or at least it was not supposed to be. So let's have a look at the stats so that we can better understand what happened. So 3-1 was the final score. 42% ball possession for the opponents, 58% ball possession for us. Luckily, we were playing slightly attacking and on the wings, which means that we have increased by a tiny bit the ball possession in the midfield, and we increased it even more, in my opinion, because we were playing on the wings, where the opponents were a tiny bit weaker than our wingers. So in particular with the left and right back. Of course they have a great goalkeeper, but luckily for us, this did not keep us from scoring. And a decent amount of times I have to say. Then we'll see what the stats are. So 7 shots for the opponents, 13 for us, so nearly double. Then 4 shots on target for them, 8 shots on target for us, so double, so twice as much as the opponents did, and we were able to score more than 30% of the chances, more than 30% of the shots we did, which is very good. So 2 set pieces for them, 5 set pieces for us, and what's even more impressive, way more than the score, is this: we got no bookings at all, and this is wonderful. This is just wonderful, and on the long run, keeping this low will allow us to win even more, because we'll be able to play the players we want to play when we want to play them all the time, or nearly all the time. So keeping this average low is extremely important on the long run. Then 4 yellow cards for the opponents, which means that we put them under substantial pressure, and this is just great. So I'm very happy with the outcome of this match, because it was not granted. We couldn't take it for granted. Of course, we had higher skills and higher experience in most cases, but they had a great goalkeeper and a very dangerous striker over here, at least one of them. So this is just interesting and very important. Let's have a look at the standings. Right now we're up to 14 points, and we sit 1 point away from the 3rd position, which is massive. So we might still be in the fight for the playoffs, for the playoff zone, but we'll see what happens. And we are 4 points away from the 11th position, which is something we want to avoid, of course. So we are way farther from the 11th position than we are from the 3rd and 4th positions, and this is a very interesting piece of data. So that said, let's have a look at what happened with the academy this week. Let's see if we have any interesting talents over here. Reveal them all. Right, 17 years of age, Left offensive midfielder. First things first, I noticed that crossing skills are not very high. They're somewhat decent for a 17 years old, but the technique is very low. Finishing skills are good though, which might turn out to be useful for our left offensive midfielder. But at this point in time, we're improving our overall quality and experience within the team, so I don't really think we need such a player with 3 stars potential. I'm afraid this is too low, and if we consider the overall skill set, this guy could turn out to be a somewhat interesting 3.5 stars player, but 3.5 stars are not enough, so let's fire him. So right in centre midfielder, age is 17, 3 stars potential again, and I'm afraid the same thing goes for this one guy. Work rate is too low, and crossing skills are comparable to the ones we saw a few seconds earlier. Potential is the same, age is the same. Alright, that will help, but I'm afraid being 17 will not help as much as to getting up to 3.5 stars. So I'm afraid we'll have to fire this guy. Then 18 years of age, defensive midfielder, right, and the overall skills are more than decent, I have to say. Crossing skills are not bad, physical skills are not bad, in particular the pace, which is very important for the for a winger, for a defensive winger. And we have tackling is not too bad for a defensive winger. Positioning, work rate are somewhat decent. The fact is that 3 stars potential combined with 18 years of age, I am afraid might not lead to anything, even with good professionalism. We definitely have to aim at expanding our squad with great talents. Right now we can't really afford to invest money in that kind of gambling, I'm afraid. So let's fire him. I'm not quite sure whether this is a good decision, but we have to set a threshold. Otherwise, would be chasing and waiting all the time for talents to bloom, and this is not the case, I'm afraid. We are in a position where we can afford to select the best ones. So guys, that said, I believe that was it for today. Very satisfying league match, a tiny bit less satisfying scouting session, but this is the way it is, and I think we have well, we might have some hopes to get up to the playoff zone, but we'll see what happens in the rest of the season. Of course, the season is very long, 26 matches to go, so let's not run too much with I don't know, theories. So guys, thanks a lot again for watching. Support the team tonight because we'll have to be playing one more match. Of course, the video related will be out in I don't know, probably a couple hours max. So see you in the next video. Bye.